Hey there, welcome to the Nonsense November 30-day challenge for this month. Today we're talking about recommitting to our goal. I've been in a lot of challenges. I've done a lot of challenges over the years. And like everybody else, I find some days I wake up and I'm super excited to go after the things that I say that I want. Other days, not so much. And so what do you do? What do I do? What should we do when we catch ourselves drifting from the vision and mission and purpose and things that we set for ourselves and set for our business? You know, I could talk about how do we reconnect with that, but I want to talk about a couple other things that I think are even more powerful, and they get down deep inside us and help us find our internal motivation and drivers. So on those days when you're feeling under the weather, or you just are overwhelmed or overworked or trying to do too much yourself, what do? I pull out a tool that I call the 7Y exercise. We'll talk about in a minute. But I want to share this graph. This is what my journey has literally looked like over the course of my lifetime with respect to building and growing and supersizing different businesses. We have this fallacy that we're going to start and there's just going to be a straight line to supersize success to everything we want. But I don't know about you, but I don't know any successful business owner or successful entrepreneur or successful executive that is how their real life has played out. And some people don't want to share the challenges and the struggles that they've had along the way, and they just want people to follow them like some kind of a god or you know, influencer guru, whatever. But the truth is, even every single person you've ever met is a human being, and they've all struggled with some things along the way to get to where they are now. They just accepted and overcame those struggles or dealt with them in ways that were right for them and in alignment with who they are, and that's why they were able to achieve the level of success that they have. So stop looking at other people. Stop looking at other people and comparing yourself to them, because each and every one of us are here for our own unique journey. So the tool I use, and I'm going to share it today, and I share it every month. I notice I find a way to work it into every month somewhere along the line. But today it's the 7Y exercise. I think I've said I've learned this from Dean Graziosi in January of 2020. He did a little program on, he'd been to a mastermind and he discovered how much more powerful it was to add 2 more Ys to the 5Y exercise. 5Y's been around, I don't know, most of at least all the times I've been, the whole time I've been working on personal development and growth on a conscious level. Used to do and be attracted to stuff and I didn't know why. That's just our intuition telling us, hey, pay attention to this, or our higher self, whatever you call it. But the 7Y exercise is just, we take the situation, the problem, the challenge, the goal that we want, and we ask ourselves, well, why do I want that? And the first thing that pops into our head, we write that down. And then we ask ourselves, well, why do I want that? Write it down. Why do I want that? And you go all the way down to the 7 Ys. And I will tell you, I cannot tell you how many times this particular exercise or tool has caused me to burst into tears. And I don't cry. I'm not a cry. I can pride myself in not being a crier, but I will tell you, that's how I know that I've hit the exact thing that I needed by doing this 7Y exercise. And once I deal with either a limiting belief or something from, you know, my childhood, or something that somebody said to me in college, or the way I was treated in my past relationships and why I put up with that, once I see that and consciously see it, I can just choose to let it go, and that's what I do. But to be motivated, to keep us moving on the days when it's hard, everybody can fly and be active and take action on the days that it's easy. This is for the days that it's hard, and the times when you're doing a big thing or a bigger goal or a bigger thing for you and your business, that you want to step back and say, okay, here's where we are. This is our result right now. It's not where we want to be, but maybe I need to look inward and find out why this is where we are, and where we're feeling stuck and why we're feeling stuck. And I guarantee that if you do the 7Y exercise, you will get some answers. And I have a tissue box nearby is my advice, because you never know what's going to come up. And I like it because I think it's more powerful if you write it down, but you can do this in your head when you're, you know, sitting and sipping your morning tea. Any questions about this? Our action item today is to actually do the 7Y exercise. I already wrote it in my journal, my challenge journal, because yes, I do have one, where I write down and do the exercises right along with you. For No Nonsense November, that's what we're going to do. And then if you are brave, write down your why statement. Write down the overarching reason you're doing or going after the goal that you're going after. For us, in this group, it's supersizing and growing our business. Well, what is your foundational why for wanting to do that? Mine pretty much always boils down to, because I want to make an impact, I want to leave a legacy, I want to make the world a better place for my grandchildren and for all the other people I love and care about. All right, have an amazing day. Share if you're brave, because it helps all of us to learn and understand that we're not alone. We all have a lot of the same false beliefs, limiting beliefs, thought patterns, behaviors. And when those start ramping up in our head, it's because usually we're ready for a breakthrough. All right, have a great day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.